Assalamu alaikum viewers, my name is Aleena Chaudhary and today I'm reading you the 12 Dancing Princesses written by the Grimm brothers. There was a king who had 12 beautiful daughters. They slept in 12 beds all in one room, and they went to bed and the doors were shut and locked up tight. But every morning their shoes were found to be quite worn through, as if they had been danced in all night, and yet nobody could find out how it happened or where they had been danced in yet all night, and yet nobody could find out how it happened or where they had been. Then the king made it known to all the land that if any person would discover the secret and find out where it was that the princesses danced in the night, he should have the one he liked best for his wife, and should be king after his death. But whoever tried and didn't succeed after 3 days and nights would forfeit their life. A king's son came in. He was well looked after, with food and drink, and in the evening was taken to the chamber next to one where the princesses lay in their 12 beds. There he was to sit and watch where they were dancing, and so that none of them might pass without him hearing it, the door of his chamber and was left open. But the king's son soon fell asleep, and when he awoke in the morning, he found that the princesses had all been dancing, for the soles of their shoes were full of holes. The same thing happened the second and third night, so the king ordered him to be taken away by the executioner. After him came several others, also princes, but they had all the same luck and suffered the same treatment. Now it so happened that an old soldier who had been wounded in battle and could fight no longer passed through the country where the king reiged, and as he was travelling through the wood, he met an old woman who asked him where he was going. "I hardly know where I am going or what I had better do," said the soldier, "but I think I should like very well to find out where it is that the princesses dance, and then in time I might be a king."
"Well,"
said the old lady, "that is not a very hard task. Care not to drink any of the wine which one of the princesses will bring to you in the evening, and as soon as she leaves you, pretend to be fast asleep." Then she gave him a cloak and said, "As soon as you put that on, you will become invisible, and you'll be able to follow the princesses." When the soldier heard all this good advice, he decided to try his luck. So he went to the king and said he was willing to undertake the task. It was all well received, as the others had been, and the king ordered robes to be given to him, and when the evening came, he was led to the chamber. Just as he was going to lie down, the eldest of the princess brought him a cup of wine, but the soldier threw it all away, secretly taking care not to drink a drop. Then he laid himself down on his bed, and in a little while began to snore as if he was fast asleep. When the 12 princesses heard this, they laughed, and the eldest said, "This fellow looks like he'll suffer the fate as the other." Then they rose up and opened their drawers and boxes and took out their clothes and dressed themselves. But the youngest said, "I don't know how it is while you're so happy. I'm sure something bad will happen to us." One of the princesses went into each boat, and the soldier stopped into the same boat with the youngest. As they were rowing over the lake, the prince, who was in the boat with the youngest princess and the soldier, said, "I don't know why it is, but though I'm rowing with all my might, we don't get on so fast as usual, and I'm quite tired. The boat seems quite heavy." On the other side of the lake stood a castle. There they all landed into the castle, and each prince danced with his princess. At this, too, the youngest sister was frightened, but the eldest always silenced her. They danced on till 3 o'clock in the morning, and then all their shoes were worn out, so that they were obliged to leave. The princes rowed them back again over the lake, and on the opposite shore they said goodbye to each other, the princesses promising to come again the next night. They were married that very day. The unexecuted princes were released from their luxury apartments, and the other sisters went and fetched the princes. They were dancing with all the sisters at all night, until everyone's shoes were completely worn out, and still they continued to dance in their socks until the sun came up. The soldier and his wife went on to becoming king and queen, and they danced every remaining day of their lives. The end. I hope you enjoy my story. Don't forget to watch, like, add a comment, and remember, don't stop watching Storytime with Aleena Chaudhary. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe ZMC TV.